Hello everybody, Lord Zath bringing you the good word, and the good word is replays. So we're back, we're looking at Yorck, and this is I Missed Again 151. In the Yorck, it's a tier 7 German cruiser. And oh boy, this is the kind of matchmaking you absolutely don't want to see, where you are massively outgunned. There are 2 tier 9 battleships, a tier 9, 2 tier 9 cruisers, a tier 8 battleship, a tier 8 cruiser, 2 tier 8 cruisers I should say, and a couple of tier 8 destroyers. Yuck! So wait, are we looking at... Oh, whew, okay. For some odd reason there, I thought we were looking at Tank Girl, and I'm like, what? Okay, so anyway, here's our Yorck, right? This is a... And I'm gonna see if I can... Yeah. This is, like I said, a tier 7 cruiser, and I see he's using the permanent camo. I do enjoy that. I appreciate that Wargaming adds these permanent camos into play. They add bonuses to XP. They also add... make it easier to earn credits, that sort of thing. So anyway, so what's so special about the Yorck, you may ask? Well, for one, the German cruisers have a 1/4 HE penetration rule now, just like the British battleships and the German battleships as well. What that means is that instead of taking the gun caliber and dividing by 6 to penetrate armor, it divides by 4. And what that means is that these ships, the HE, has a much greater penetration than, say, the Pensacola. Even though they're basically the same size caliber. I think the 208 versus, I believe, 210 on the Yorck millimeter. So, yeah, they're basically the same caliber. So HE is pretty darn strong on this ship. If you look at the minimap, you can already see the range. I mean, it's got phenomenal range. So this ship is really good at long-range HE spam. It's also got pretty decent AP if you get the right kind of angles with the right kind of armor and the right distance. If all those factors line up, it's kind of like when all the stars align or something. You can get some really good Citadel hits with it. The armor is okay. It depends on the armor that you're showing. At tier 8 or tier 9, it's going to be more difficult let's go ahead and start the game. It's going to be much more difficult to negate penetrations from the bow. You've got an armor belt. You could angle, like if the enemy is right in front, you could angle kind of like this as a way to kind of, you know, try to get the shots to hit the belt, and that would help. For consumables, premium damage control makes sense. I believe that's standard hydroacoustic. German cruisers do get buffed hydroacoustic ranges. They can detect ships farther away. I'm going to change this to add hydroacoustic search range. You can see 5.4 kilometers is definitely not something to sneeze at, right? So that helps. That being said, you know, it's a toss-up. Some people prefer to run defensive fire here, in case of a carrier, because a carrier can and will delete you at will. You've got a catapult fighter for anti-air as well, so that's helpful. I do like how you're going 3/4 instead of full speed right now. I think that's a generally good idea, especially when you're bottom tier and stuff like that. You'll notice 2 torpedo tubes. This ship does come with torpedoes. There and there, and on the other side too, of course. These are really good torpedo arcs. They are 6-kilometer torpedoes, so they are relatively useful, especially if you want to charge a battleship or something like that. Or you get into another kind of a fight with a destroyer even, or a cruiser. The torpedoes definitely do help out. And we see that C is being capped by an enemy Kiev. And... oh, you get hit. Now Kiev is already kind of turning away. So that's something to keep in mind. You want to aim a little higher there. Yep. Generally speaking, when you see destroyers and they know that they're being shot at, you kind of want to be kind of aiming a little up. Fletcher coming into play, and Fletcher smoking. That's unfortunate. Also, I see you've got priority target, which is good to have in a cruiser. You know that you're being shot at by 2 people, or targeted by 2 people. Now, ooh, nice hit. Hey, that was pretty cool. I'll bet you that Fletcher wasn't expecting that. Now's where it might come in handy to pop your hydroacoustic search. To deal with torps that are coming at you, but more importantly, to help your allies detect torpedoes. I would definitely be launching your scout plane right now, or your fighter aircraft, catapult fighter, whatever. Get that guy up, because you're gonna be able to spot things. That way, you're gonna spot torpedoes, stuff like that, and that comes into play. I do like how you're angling into the that enemy, although you're angling, you're turning way too much, you're over-rotating. He's targeted now. Somebody in your team said radar up, so if you want to keep shooting the Edinburgh, switch to AP, which you're doing. Good. And he's reversing, so aim to the, there you go. Good. Fire! Now see again, if you've got your, if you had your hydro up, if you've got the scout, the catapult fighter up, you're gonna be able to detect torpedoes and possibly detect ships too. So that would come in very handy. Now you're turning away, and you're being punished heavily for it. I don't know why you're turning away. If anything, I would have maybe slowed down and kept an angle in to get behind the island, then turn. Notice, by the way, the Akizuki was sitting in smoke and paid the price for it. Your hydro did not detect the torpedoes. That is huge. Had you been running torpedo or hydro, you would have detected the torpedoes, and that would have really helped your team. Again, pop that dang thing. I would say if you're going to run hydro, use it, and you definitely want to have premium consumables, especially since you're in a tier, you end up in a situation where you're a tier 9 battle. Those premium consumables, that gives you all the tools that you can possibly get to get into this. Now, there's a Gajah Maja right there. You need to be turning and looking at that Gajah and saving your Lion and your North Carolina's bacon, because deep water torpedoes are coming there. And you said you were right there with her, and you're correct, you were. But you weren't helping. You were taking shots. Yes, you were taking damage, but you didn't detect the torpedoes. You didn't have your catapult fighter up to help. And look at that. Let's click away from that for a second. Look at those deep water torpedoes. You might have detected those had you been running your hydroacoustic search. So just a couple things to keep in mind here. Now I do like how you at this point now are staying a little bit farther back. You know, they're definitely pushing hard, so I do think that what you're doing there makes sense. That North Carolina is not is just showing broadside, so he's probably going to go down soon. Lion is also showing broadside. That's just, I don't know. It is what it is. But you need to be thinking of your role as a cruiser as a support. You are a team support. If you're playing with destroyers, you are supporting them in spotting torpedoes and spotting enemy destroyers and possible targets for them to torpedo. If you're playing with the battleships, you're again spotting torpedoes, helping to kill destroyers, and maybe setting other battleships on fire, which I think is what you're hoping to do here. But you know, you have to be thinking constantly, what can I do for my team? Your hydro is incredibly powerful. Your catapult fighter can be very useful. You've got decent torpedoes. You've got decent armor. You get the idea. Help your team. Work with your team. You're kind of by yourself right now. And I know what you're thinking. I think you're thinking, I need to stay away. I need a kite. I need to you know, go for damage and stuff like that. You might have already thrown in the towel at this point and set it to loss. Don't ever throw the towel, for one. And look at this. You guys have actually managed to herd these guys into B cap and C cap. And what's nice about this map is that the guys at C cap can't do jack about these guys over here at B cap, and the guys at B cap really can't do jack about the guys over here at C cap. And so it isolates the teams. And right now, if you guys can focus on the people at B cap and take them out, then you can kind of win that flank, and that becomes a decisive battle. Now the Lion has really good heal, but it can be focused very easily. And that North Carolina, come on, North Carolina, stop showing broadside. And surprise! And Iowa burned him down. Oh god, the reason I'm laughing is because the Iowa's got great guns, AP guns, and the Iowa chose to use HE. Why would you do that? Oh, cringe. Especially because the North Carolina was showing broadside. Like, I'll get it if you're showing Bawan, you know, yeah, fine, HE, fine. But come on. Anyway, all right. So back to the battle. The Lion is about to get a new ship, hopefully, and by that I mean he's about to hit the repair party. Now, I'm not sure why you're turning so much to not be able to shoot, but you gotta keep that thing going. Gajamaji goes down, and see what I mean. Now your team is able to come into B cap, and the enemy is gonna just basically get stuck behind those islands and focus one at another. Now, I do like that you're focusing on setting fires. I think that makes sense. Unfortunately, the Lion wasn't able to get a new ship. So, oh well. But there goes that guy. And at this point, turn the ship around. You need to get back over to here, because if you do that, you can use your hydro to lock down this channel. See your 5.4 kilometer range. What goes on? Sit here, pop your hydro, you lock down this channel, you lock down the channel from torpedoes, you lock down the channel from ships coming in. Who cares that the Atlantis got radar? You've got hydro, and that lasts longer than the radar does anyway. Okay, defend B. Duh. Yeah. And see, there's the Fletcher. Now, get down here quickly, you can keep him on hydro maybe. I do like that there's communication. The New Orleans is saying that he's going to hydro. Good stuff. And oh noes, we have an Edinburgh and Atlanta. They're going to cut you off. But the nice thing is the Edinburgh is kind of stuck because... Oh god, there's a Gneisenau. That's the bigger threat. You didn't look at the Gneisenau. You're still not looking at the Gneisenau. Atlanta's giving you broadside, switch to AP and shoot the Atlanta. You're not doing that either. Oh well. Alright, so now you're being beaten back. You're doing the right thing here defensively of getting behind this island, although I would be getting closer to the island. But for torp to New Orleans, that's unfortunate considering the New Orleans has radar. But yeah, be shooting the Gneisenau while you do this, unless you're trying to go dark, but you're not going to go dark, man. I mean, you got the opportunity to do some more damage, you might as well do it. Plus, it allows you to keep an eye on this Gneisenau and dodge accordingly when this person shoots at you. I do like how this New Orleans is coming in to support the team. Probably going to radar, and that Edinburgh is going to go down. The Gneisenau is giving up on shooting you. That's cool. Now you can shoot back, and there's nothing he can do about you. And this is why you never go C on this map. You see what happened here. The enemy team lemming train to C got caught out, and they didn't do much. Chuckles, fun name. This guy can be huge threats if he's firing AP, but we saw earlier an HE kill from the Iowa, so my guess is probably going to be HE spamming. Iowa's got for the win cam. Yep, he's shooting HE. Come on. Iowa's probably going to crash into the Lion and do a ram action. Alright, Atlanta, broadside, reversing, AP, no, okay, fine. I was gonna take torps and die probably by the Loyang. Yep. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be a win. So I guess at this part, let's start thinking about concluding thoughts here. And the biggest concluding thought I would say is be thinking about how you can help your team, what you can do for the team, especially in a cruiser role like this. Use your hydro, use your scout, your catapult fighter to spot things, especially torpedoes, and to stick with people. I think that's it's really important in this ship. As you can see, it can get citadeled by high caliber battleships, so that can happen. And your shot was way off. I don't know what you're aiming at there, but yeah, definitely don't be afraid to support the team, to use those consumables you have to your advantage. The cruiser lines in general are designed all around consumables, things that you can do to affect the outcome of the battle, and you haven't used any of them, so yeah, definitely work on that. Aside from that, I mean, you know, you came away with a win. You've done 65 and counting thousand damage. You know, I mean, it's not bad, but at the same time, I think had you stuck with the team more, you could have done stuff. And what are you doing? Those torpedoes are 6 kilometers. They won't even get halfway to the Gneisenau before they just stop and fizzle. By the way, those torps are... fortunately, the Gneisenau is going the other way. You're friendly Gneisenau, but wow. That's how you team kill people. Monarch. Interesting. And those are not gonna hit either. Maybe, I don't know. You could go turn and engage the Monarch, but what you're doing right now is you're putting yourself between all 3 ships. Why would you do this? Don't do that. That's a kill zone. You're doing it anyway. Okay. Now, Atlanta. Yeah, your torps aren't gonna hit, man. What's the Lion at for health? Huh. Lion's probably gonna win that fight. Yep. Okay. So your only hope now is that this Lion can come around and support. Now, Gneisenau has torpedoes as well. They're 6 kilometers as well, and also has amazing secondaries if you get too close. Atlanta is hopefully going down. Up your hydroacoustic search now, sir. You need to know if he's firing torpedoes. And you're going for torpedoes. Okay. Fire your other ones. If you're going to fire torps, you might as well fire both. Get that spread going. Ensure that you get a hit. Why aren't you hydroing? Use that hydro. Come on. Brr! Use the hydro. See? See? Torpedoes from, yep. Oh, double strike, and that's it. Oh, wow, okay. Boy, man, hydroacoustic, if you've got it, use the force. Or, I mean, the hydro. Okay, well, thank you for submitting the replay. You won. That was a lot closer than it should have been. So, definitely work on using the consumables to support the team. A little bit of gunnery action there would help, too. You had a few kind of wasted salvos and things. We all do it. It happens. Yeah, there you are. So, thanks for submitting the replay. Always fun to watch. And have a great rest of your day. And everybody else, please submit replays. If you have anything you want me to check out, let me know. If there's something you want me to focus on, I can do it for you. And as always, thank you for supporting this channel. I'm looking forward to keeping things going as we approach 100 subscribers, which is phenomenal for the fact that this has only been up for about 5 weeks. So I'll leave it at that. Have a great day, everyone.